what do you make of this ban of this advert, the Christmas advert Iceland's been put out?
Hi Louisa, thanks for having me. Of the advert, I'm not too sure really, but I think the question evolves really around whether palm oil should be banned from supermarket chains like Iceland in food products. And the reason for that is because they chose to ban palm oil in their products because they say it is the leading cause of deforestation in Southeast Asia. And that's a very simplistic way of looking at the question of forest loss, especially tropical forest loss. And the reason for that is that palm oil actually requires much less land than other edible oils and indeed other food sources to actually produce the same amount of food than compared to these other edible oils. So really the question is, if we don't use palm oil, what's the alternative? And actually the alternatives may be things like soy oil. And soy oil requires a lot more land and is equally to blame for forest loss, but instead of in Southeast Asia, it's being grown in the Amazon. So forest loss is happening due to feeding the world. So banning palm oil is not really the solution. I think that supermarket chains such as Iceland should actually be working with the industry to make it more sustainable and find solutions without shifting that demand onto other products which may be equally to blame.
But is palm oil to an extent bad for the environment, or should other supermarkets be taking similar action to take a stand against damage to the environment?
So palm oil is attributed with forest loss to clear the forest to grow the oil. Palm oil itself is not bad for the environment, but it's the forest loss that Iceland took their action against. And so the forest loss is going to happen when we're trying to produce foods, and the big picture is that actually other types of crops might require more forest loss. So banning one product may actually shift demand onto a product that is even worse.
So what the government potentially could do to help stop deforestation, what steps do you think they should take?
Well, I think that especially in more affluent countries, we should be demanding only certified products such as palm oil. So there are two types, broadly speaking, of palm oil. Those that are certified and those that are not. And the palm oil that is certified, whilst maybe we have to pay a slight premium for it, we know that those areas, that palm oil has been produced without deforestation.